Alright, so for those who have never did a video lecture with PowerPoint before, it's really quite easy. What you would do is you open up your PowerPoint just as if you're going to make any type of edits to it, and more or less up in this area right here, slideshows, just simply click on that. Right below that, you'll see where it says record slideshow. If you click on this here, they'll ask if do you want to record it from the current slide or would you like to record from the beginning. Since I'm on the first slide, I can simply click on record from current slide. I will not be able to show you how the video would look per se on the slide, as I am doing a tutorial. It will not show up because the webcam will not record on two different software programs at the same time. But what I can show you is that suppose you decide you don't want to show your face for some reason or another. Sometimes you might not be looking your best or feeling your best, and you want to just be able to record your voice instead of video. Well, you would click on the microphone here, and it's already showing on. If you see a line in it, then it will show that the microphone, everything is off at this point. So you just click on the audio, it will show. If you were going to do a video, you would click on this, but as I said, because I'm currently recording in another program, I'm not able to show that to you. But you would click on this icon right here, hopefully it's showing, and then you'll be able to provide your face to your PowerPoint. Up in this box right here, your notes. If you have notes that you want to be help you to follow, you would simply use the notes section. It'll stay open while you're recording so that you're able to see the notes and something to be able to follow along. So once you have that set up, you simply just have to click on record, and then you would start doing your recording for your lecture. So in this, I would say, would talk about this being my intake interview, and that covering chapter 8. You simply would have to just go to your next slide, and as you can see up here, it's already showing your notes that you want to follow, that you want to discuss and talk about in terms of what's going to be on your slide. Once you've completed that, simply click on stop, and as you can see, you now have an emblem showing that there's been a recording. So you can come out of here, but before you come out, say you stuttered. I'm a stutterer at times. I get stuck in thought. If that happens to you, you can always just start over by clearing your current slide. If you're not happy with the whole recording, you can clear all of the slides, but that would be done there. So once you finish, you just simply click out, and now you'll notice that right here is demonstrating and showing the recording that you made. If you want to check it and test that out, then you simply just can go back to your start the slideshow, and you would click it, and because I'm in recording, it's not going to let me, unfortunately, so sorry about that. But you would be able to test it out and click it, and it should let you know whether or not the recording took place. Let me see if I can play it from here. As you can see, it is playing, but because I'm recording, it's not going to let us hear. So sorry about that. I wish I could show you that much. If you no longer want to have that recording, you can simply click on it, on that icon, and then click delete, and it's all gone bye-bye. So now that you have that, you say you have your recordings, all you have to do is go ahead and save. If you're in the most current PowerPoint and you have cloud access, you'll notice that everything you're doing is being saved automatically. So you would simply click on File. You're going to go down to Export. You'll click on Export. You're going to then click on Create a Video. And I recommend that you do the HD 720p for a medium-sized file, so it doesn't take too long in saving your video, because at the 4K, that highest level, it could take a couple of hours depending on your system. You can leave your recorded timings and narrations as is, and it'll take everything in. And I keep it at the recommended 5-second intervals for the time spent between each side. And then you just would simply create your video. You would click Create Video, and I'll do it this way just so you can see. And as you notice, it's going to come up and have a place, actually a place to save. You would click Save It. Once it's completed, then you'll go back and you will want to open your YouTube file. Now, it's going to be difficult for me to show you how to sign up for YouTube per se, because I've already signed up, but let's see if I can help you somewhat. Let's see if it's going to allow me to add an account. It only allows me to switch my accounts because I have one already. But because we already are associated with Google, your JSU email would allow you to set up a YouTube account. And usually in this area you would find a place that would allow you to sign up. So unfortunately, because I'm already signed up, I can't do it that way. But once you signed up, each time you come to your page, this is the little icon that you need. It will allow you to create your video or more. You would click on that icon, and then it's going to ask you one or two things. You can either upload a video, or you can actually record a live video. So in terms of your PowerPoint, you're going to click on Upload the Video. It will then bring you to your page here, and once again you'll just click on your select file, and because I have a whole bunch of stuff open right now, let me go ahead and upload something I already have. So what you would do is then click that. It'll now bring you to this page. The only thing you have to worry about is making sure that your title is present. Usually if you name your PowerPoint lecture in PowerPoint, it's going to automatically pull it and bring it in, so you don't have to do anything, but you can change it if you like. Then you have to provide a description of your video, and that's a simple task of just putting down what it is exactly that you would need. So this is going to be the video lectures of how to upload into Canvas, something on that sort. When it talks about thumbnails, if you didn't want, sometimes with YouTube it just yanks a particular image from your video itself, and sometimes it's not so becoming, so some people will fix it and create a slide, but you don't have to really worry about that. In playlists, one of the things you would want to do is to kind of keep it everything in some type of order. You would create files, so to speak. Your playlist can be a file holder for yourself, folder, excuse me. So just click on New Playlist, and then you would give a title for your playlist, and then you have to put public for visibility. If you put private, your students will never see your videos, so you want to put it as public. I'm going to cancel that because I already have it, but in this instance this is a tutorial, so I would check the appropriate list, click done, and then you want to make sure you scroll down. And this is really important, as you want to make sure that you check this box here, that this is something that's not for children. If you were making something that had children in it and that children can view it, then you would click the yes. But if you have, if you say that this is not made for kids, then you would have to say no, it's not. And because this was a duplicate and something I already have, it stops uploading. So you can see YouTube keeps up with the videos that you're doing. It knows that I've already uploaded this, so it abandoned processing. But anyway, let me go ahead and just delete that video off. So you can remove that. But here you'll find all your videos under channel videos. All the videos that you create, you'll be able to find. In the options tab right here with the 3 dots, this is where you could click on, and then you can get a shareable link that allows you to copy it to your clipboard so that you can then go into Canvas. And what you would do is just, I'll go from here. Let's just say utilize how to use my psychometrics course. So once you're in, you're now able to go into, let's say you wanted to create a page. I broke them down mines where, as I was mentioning during the meeting, our conference meeting today, that you want to make sure that you have the ability to allow your students to have access to the information as long as possible. The distance online college, they prefer you not to close anything, so that's something you want to you might want to check with in terms of what their policies and procedures are, because we are now considered distance learning instructors since we are doing this all online. But let me just go right here for a minute. Actually, I'm jumping the gun, sorry. This is a page I'm currently working on for next Tuesday, in which I'm putting down what the students will be expected to do for the week. And as you can see, I have my video in place, and the way that I did that, and you can see that in the other tutorial, is again, you would take what you copy to your clipboard, and right in the general of the insert edit media, you would just simply press Control and the letter V as in victory, and I'll do that so you can see, and it'll automatically put what you had for your videos right there. So not sure what else you might need in terms of the recordings, but as you can see, there's a whole lot the students have that they're gonna have to work for in terms of what they'll be doing. So yeah, okay, so that's pretty much it. One thing I also will share, we was talking about the quizzes, and anytime you can go into manage question banks. I haven't put any up yet for psychometrics. Let me go into another course. do Intro to Psychology. So under quizzes, as you can see, I've already done 2 exams. I've also give practice exams as reviews, but you can manage your question banks, your test banks here, and you'll be able to see all the different ones. So let me click on the test banks. It allows you to look and see all the ones that you want. When creating an exam, you click here, give a name to exams, let's say practice. Tutorial for creating an exam in Canvas with test banks. So once Ms. Jordan uploads your test banks, it's really quite simple. You would create a new question group, and I usually just would put what chapter that is to let me know. Say chapter, let's use chapter 11 since I know that's there. You'll say how many questions you want to have. That'll be, let's say, 20. You change the amount. It would be 5 points per question, and then you would link your. So as you can see, I have two here, so I'm going to use this one and upload it. As you can see, it says the questions will be pulled, and now you create that group. You now have 100 points. It's showing that it's going to pull those 20 questions and make them 5 points each. You'll want to go back in the details, and then at the, there we go. Go back into your details, slide down, bring it down. Okay, we're having fun today. Here's where it can be fun. You can shuffle answers so no one has it listed in the same way. You could provide a time limit, that being, say, 50 minutes. If you decide you wanted to give multiple attempts, you would click here and say how many attempts, that being 1 additional attempt, 2 additional attempts. They automatically get 1. And you could choose, or you just say no because it's an exam. Here it asks, it says let students see the quiz responses. I always uncheck this so that they never see what the correct answer was. Generally speaking, when you do that, if you put this here, that's when they get to have fun of trying to write down and then send all your answers to your test banks into those different websites that they have. But when you uncheck this, they're not able to see what the correct answer was. They only know if they got the answer right or if they got the answer wrong. You'll click show one question at a time. This is how I keep them from getting everything. I click show one question at a time and then lock those questions after answering. Now what happens with that is once I lock that in, they are not able to return to any previous question on the exam. They'll have one question put before them, and then that's it. So you'll assign a due date. Let's put today's date. I'm just going to click done. And generally speaking, when you do that, it's going to automatically put an end time of 11:59. So if you want to say at the end of what your class hour is, like if you had 11 to 11:50, then this what time you would put is 11:50 a.m. That would be the end time. Available from, you would put the time of 11 o'clock a.m. But I'm going to clear this so that I can at least show y'all, because there's times it will not, it'll be already closed. So I'm going to change that back to 59 p.m. so I can at least finish showing you the setup of the exam. Here's when you lock it. Excuse me. Generally speaking, you would lock it the same time it is due. So this way, when that test ends, that's it. It's no longer available. Now I'm gonna click save and publish, and then I'll unpublish it afterwards. But if you make changes and you want to make the students aware, you would click on notify users that the quiz has changed, and it'll send out an announcement to all the students letting them know of any changes you made to the exam. But for now, we're just going to say that. So now you'll see here, it allows you to see that it's a graded quiz, that it's 100 points, that there's no multiple attempts, that there's a time limit of 50 minutes. It allows them to review the responses. It shows correct answers, no question at a time, and then locking. So you can preview that. And then answer the question. Job burnout. Let's just pick anything at this point. I don't feel like thinking. But you would click next, and they would not be able to go back. As you can see up here, question 1 has been answered. They will not be able to go back to try to change their answer. So you want to also make sure to let them know that they are not allowed to return to the previous question. And then it would submit the quiz, and then it would tell them, and it says there are still 18 questions you haven't seen yet. Do you want to submit anyway? So pretty much that's it. Let me get rid of that exam now. Anytime you want to just delete it, you can go right there, click on delete, and it's finished. If there's other questions, do feel free to ask, and I'll be happy to help as much as I can. Hopefully I didn't stumble across anything in explaining that, and if I did, feel free to send me an email. I'll be happy to give further clarification.